All right, good morning, traders. Today is October 18th, 2023. My name is John Carrigan. I moderate the BYOB trading room. My SPY pivot this morning is 435.75. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. QQQ and FNGU remain in daily uptrends, although currently in hourly downtrends. SPY and Diamond Dow are in daily uptrends. IWM has started an hourly uptrend in its daily downtrend. USO, that's crude oil, and UNG, that's natural gas, are in daily uptrends. SLV and GLD are in daily downtrends. Gold is challenging the recent high this week, trying to fight off the downtrend. The U.S. dollar index is consolidating between 105.50 and 107.30. We will have a speech tomorrow from Mr. Powell at noon. Let's go look at some charts. All right, so here we have yesterday's price action. Higher high, lower low. All right, a little bit of an increased volatility going on there. All right, so my SPY pivot, 435.75. How did I get it? Let's just take a look at the 10-minute chart. You can see that was the area price traded around right through there. You got it from over here, and on this side we traded up to it, and then looks like we're trading underneath it, so we're going to test this line again. So that's how I got my SPY pivot. So SPY in a daily uptrend with higher lows and higher highs. So SPY in a daily uptrend right now. Just barely inked out that higher high yesterday. So just now entered the daily uptrend. QQQ. All right, QQQ. Excuse me, higher lows, higher highs. So we got a daily uptrend, but we have a pullback here. And if we look at the pullback, we can see on the hourly time frame lower highs and lower lows. So hourly downtrend in the daily uptrend. FNGU doing the same thing. FNGU putting in higher lows and a higher high. But if we look at the hourly chart, we have an hourly downtrend with a lower high and a lower low. So there's FNGU. Let's take a look at IWM. Now IWM putting in still no daily uptrend, but has just now started excuse me, an hourly uptrend by putting in a higher low and a higher high. So IWM just turning the corner here. And we'll take a look at Diamond Dow. On the daily chart, Diamond Dow puts in a higher low and a higher high. So Diamond Dow now in a daily uptrend. Nice work on the Diamond Dow. Let's look at our indicators for yesterday. T2122 pulled up into the buy zone and briefly in the overbought zone. Spent a couple hours there, and then we fell back into the buy zone. I think we're probably headed straight to the chop zone this morning. We'll see what happens. IWM is in an hourly uptrend, so it may not even fall into the chop zone. It may just meander between these lines here, the blue one and the brown one, and kind of continue from the overbought and in the buy zone back and forth between the two. That's what I'm thinking. Yesterday's T2123 buying in the Russell 2000. You can see all the way from the beginning of the day up till about the afternoon, and then just kind of faded off after that. So they bought up till about 1 o'clock, and then they just kind of pulled the bid and just kind of let it free float from there on out. T2123 still red on the 3-bar chart, not quite green yet. but price has closed into the trend indicator. You can see there's no space between trend indicator and price action right now on the 3-bar chart. So we might have a trend change coming up, being since the IWM has entered a hourly uptrend. We'll see what happens. FNGU indicator kind of gapped down in the morning and then rallied up till 1 o'clock, right about there. And then they just pulled the bid and just kind of let it free float for the rest of the day, right around VWAP. Now let's take a look at, didn't mean to do that. Let's take a look at USO. And is that what I wanted? That's not what I wanted. No, this is what I wanted, USO. And I wanted that on the daily. All right, so here's crude oil. Crude oil making a higher low here and higher high. So in a daily uptrend, making another higher low. All right, and another higher low here and a higher high than what we had before. So USO just kind of consolidating between 83 and 74 right now. Still in a daily uptrend. UNG pulled back to the $7 level. That's not quite the chart I'm looking for. There it is. Okay. So there's the UNG. So here's the channel that it's in. And you can see we got up to the almost the $8 mark here last week. And now we're pulling back to the minor support. Looking for this to bounce here on minor support and get back up into the 750 area and challenge the 8 again. So we'll see what happens with UNG. UNG is in a daily uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs. So there's UNG. SLV now. Let's take a look at precious metals. Precious metals, lower high, lower low, daily downtrend. We do have an hourly uptrend here with higher lows and higher highs. So there's the hourly chart. GLD. All right, so here's GLD. Here's the pullback that GLD experienced well up over the midpoint here. And you can see this was the pennant bull flag consolidation that it was in. We made lower highs and lower lows, so it was entered into a downtrend. And right now it's challenging the most recent high right now, right up here at 180.50. So GLD trying to break the downtrend right now with this hourly uptrend that it's in with a higher low and higher highs. So climbing back up into the pennant here and challenging the downtrend that the bears have going on. So it's possible GLD breaks out to the upside on this downtrend on that GLD has going on right now. So this GLD was consolidating, fell out, and back up. So kind of like a pulling back of the bow. The arrow could be flying off in the upward direction. We'll see what happens. All right, let's look at IYT. Here's our transports, still in a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. Hourly time frame, a higher low and a higher high. So IYT, hourly uptrend. That's good for the IWM. SMH. On the daily chart, higher lows, higher highs in a daily uptrend, although kind of in an hourly pullback here with lower highs and lower lows. So SMH, hourly downtrend in the daily uptrend. XLF on the daily chart, putting in higher lows, higher highs, dealing with the midpoint. Nice work on the XLF. Is in an hourly uptrend and a daily uptrend. So really nice work for the XLF. You can see right here on the hourly chart, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So banks looking good this morning. Well, actually, this week. So take a look at that. Now let's take a look at... see if I can find it here. And we'll take a look at the dollar index.